Hello, welcome to MindBody TV. I'm Dr. Kim Duramo. I'm going to share something very powerful for all of us. We are manifestors, we are creative beings, and we can either create from the small self, the ego, the wounded self, constantly closing, creating more lack in our lives, more drama, more challenges. Or we can activate our true power and begin creating majesty. I am so excited to share this path with you. For those of you who are new to MindBody TV, I am a physician. My intention with MindBody TV is to disrupt systems that have us closed down to the truth, brainwashed and thinking there's only one way and looking for the power outside of ourselves, and to really activate the body's ability to heal itself and found a true conscious medical system founded on healthcare, what supports the body in healing itself, a system that understands our mind and body are connected, and a system where we increase our consciousness because we know that we are pure energy and our consciousness actually creates in our physical. If this inspires you, please like the video and subscribe, share it with someone you love, and I would love to hear from you about what this means to you. Where are you tuning in from? Why are you inspired about increasing your consciousness, increasing true manifestation? When we activate from the true self and create from what we really are, we will always create a more abundant, more peaceful world. And so I'd love to hear what that means for you and why. Why are you interested in that, right? Because we're all connected and it's meaningful. Right? Meaning and purpose is what makes us more fully alive. So I'm really, really glad to have you here. And I want to share today the 3 musts of mind, body manifestation, activating the technology of your body. The premise of this is you're actually a manifestation machine. Your body is emitting an electromagnetic field in every moment continuously that has an effect on the physical matter and the people around you. We have seen this in studies showing that this field can be detected up to 10 feet away from the body, but that it's thought to emit out even further, and it has an impact. So in quantum physics, we see that physical matter is actually made up of quantum, tiny little particles of pure energy, and that energy is affected by our observation of it, our intention, our attention, and our presence of consciousness. Meaning if you think something's going to go a certain way, it's more likely to go in that direction. And this happens with particles like electrons or bigger particles like people. I'm fascinated by this because as a physician who deeply cares about healing and reversing disease, this is the greatest leverage point I have found to allow the physical body to morph, to change, to regenerate, and to no longer create those patterns of disease and to begin to create patterns of health. This is our birthright. We're all meant to live in vitality. And when we activate this inner connection within ourselves, that begins to happen automatically. So are you ready to manifest something higher, to allow the emission of your body to create something that's a higher vibe, a higher intention? Who are you really here to be? So I'd love to hear from you on this. Has it been hard to just think of yourself as purely physical? And so to make changes, you've got to white knuckle your way through it, work really hard versus let go, allow, connect within, breathe more fully, and know something has already changed. Because that is the truth. It can be a little challenging to learn that when we're so revved up in fear. The fear is just an invitation to let go, so we let something higher come through. And so in these principles of mind, body manifestation, activating the technology of your body, there are 3 musts to begin to practice, to play with this, to allow this activation. And I'm going to share them with you now. The first one that I found to be the most essential, like if you're practicing a high intention, you've gotten clarity on your goals, but you haven't done this, it really isn't going to matter. This is actually one main reason why you could do positive affirmations for years and not really get anywhere. The first piece is you've got to get your presence and attention here now. Manifestation, power, activation can only happen here. Can't happen in the future. In fact, I told my kids the other day, there is no tomorrow, which is a little bit of a throwback to the 80s Rocky movie, but I'm dating myself there. There is no tomorrow, because Rocky's like, yeah, he's tired. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And his trainer tells him, there is no tomorrow. He is in the process of stepping it up for a quantum leap in his own life, and it has to come from a quantum leap in his consciousness, from it's not important, I'll do it tomorrow, to the only moment is now. And so I said this in the car with my kids, and my 5-year-old goes, there is no tomorrow? So I had to explain what this means. Even though we're on a trajectory of past, present, future, the only actual moment in existence is the now. Anything that's ever been created or will be created will happen in the now, right? So tomorrow, I'm going to go to a dance class. But when I'm in the dance class, it's going to be in the now. The future doesn't actually exist. So when you get yourself here now, that's when manifestation gets activated. How do I get myself here now? Well, fortunately, you have a very powerful access point, a portal to the now, because your body can only live in the now. It cannot live in the past, in the future. The mind can live in the past. I can't believe she did this to me. Or, oh, you don't know my plight. Here's my story. Or, oh, I hope I never do that again, right? And the mind is like replaying past. The mind can live in the future. Oh, gotta make sure this happens. Oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. We can move our energy out of the now. And then we lose power. In fact, what happens in the body when we go to past or future is a lot of inflammation. Specific hormones and neurotransmitters get triggered when we're in past. You'll feel anger, you'll feel resentment, you'll feel regret. Specific emotions and neurotransmitters get triggered when we're in future. You'll feel anxiety, you'll feel fear, you'll feel attachment. We can let those go, right? And then the body, the physical body, can actually return to harmony, which will happen automatically. The way we do it, breathe the body, bring your attention to your breath. Because when your attention is here now, on your sensation that's happening here now, it isn't creating and spinning the records of past or future. It can only activate one thing at a time. So you're bringing the nidus of your creation to the now when you bring your attention to the now. You can just feel your body, tap on your chest, breathe in and out of this space of your heart. Feel your breath, practice, meditate, right? Meditate could be very easy. I can just do it right now as I'm speaking to you and bring more of my attention into my body. As I'm talking, I'm feeling my feet on the floor. As I'm talking, I'm noticing, I can relax my shoulders. I'm here with you. This is the most important part of Mind Body Manifestation. And in the Instant Elevation program, this is what we focus on the most. How do I get my attention here? How do I get my presence here? How do I activate my power here? And that's the first part of the 3-step Instant Elevation program is let's get here now. Let's activate our power. Okay. So the second part of what I'm sharing here with the musts of Mind Body Manifestation, activating the technology of your body, is we must begin to feel into the true self. What's the true self? A lot of times what we're doing, what we'll notice here is programming. Oh my God, I better say the right thing. Oh no, who am I to try to do this? There's like programming, like a little voice in the background. Sometimes when you get here now, you'll hear that voice, right? Or you'll feel the repercussion of that voice. So you might feel heavy. You might feel hopeless. You might feel inadequate. You might feel anxiety. That's actually part of the process. Be here now and breathe. Feel what's here now and notice. And then when we begin, step 2, right? We're here, we connect with the true self, we do that from the heart. Breathe into this space. Get curious. What am I feeling right now? Not because your emotions are the absolute truth, but they are what's here and they will lead you to the truth. So the second part is to begin feeling and noticing, what do I feel? What is here now, right? Observation. So now that we are activating our presence here and we're beginning to tune into guidance, it comes from the heart. I'm going to listen. I'm not going to judge. I could never do that. Why would I? Well, that wouldn't make any sense. I'm just going to listen. The first thing that happens when I listen is those voices, the superficial, go into the background. I'm listening beyond them. Okay, thank you. You're here. What else is here? And I bring more presence. Step one, I listen more fully. You can tap on your heart. You can breathe on this space of your heart. And you start to feel your calling. It might be desire, right? Oh, my shoulders are tight. That feels better. I want to let that tension go. Could be as subtle as shifting the way you're holding your body. It could also be something bigger, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a major life change. I'm going to leave that job. That's not the right thing for me, and I know it. We do not connect with our truth until we first get here. And so this is the second step, right? We've got to connect. So in this second step of connecting with your truth, you could ask a question. What is the highest choice I could make right now? What is it I truly desire that would bring expansion to my life? Or if you're in a pickle and you're in a gridlock, glitchy tension moment or dealing with a challenge, you could just ask, what's really possible here? You're here, you're feeling and sensing, you're noticing, maybe asking a question. That's step two, is you begin to tune in. You have an inner GPS. It is always speaking to you. Are you here so that you can hear it? The third step is to begin to choose from our highest, right? A lot of the choices we're making are from the programmed, automated systems of the BS, which is the belief system. I should do this. I should do that. Yes, of course I'll help you. But we're not here and we're not listening. So we don't actually know, right? Are you available for blah, 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 blah? And the automatic program would say, you should help others. Yes, I'm available. But if we're here and we're listening, we may feel a certainty and a clarity that's not aligned for me. So we're just offering up. The answer is no, right? We're listening to truth. Is this aligned for me? Is this going to create the most expansion in my life? You'll immediately know. If you practice getting here and you practice listening, you are going to know the choice. You're always going to know. So the third part is being courageous enough to choose it. Oh, it feels kind of uncomfortable to say no to this person. They might not like me. They might reject me, but I know the truth and I'm going to follow it. That's not possible for me, right? And then what are the repercussions of that? People may rearrange, fall out of your life. New people may come in, but that rearrangement will always serve you toward whatever it is you truly want to manifest. So this is about like authentic, fulfilling manifestation, not just how do I make this thing happen that my mind thinks is essential. Let all of that go. Get here, begin listening, and begin choosing according to your highest. What is actually going to feed and fuel my fulfillment in life, right? Which is very different than how do I get this thing I want? So this year, we're getting out of mind and we're getting into heart. We're getting present. We're beginning to listen and we're beginning to choose from truth. What does this bring up for you when I share it? Is it uncomfortable? Are you scared? Is it scary to listen to this like inner voice? Where does it even come from? Is it going to guide me? Is it going to actually lead me off a cliff and I'm going to be on my butt? It takes trust. It takes trust. And that's why you've got to get some awareness of like, what is the premise of this anyway? The premise of this is you are part of divinity. You're not separate. You are always guided. And your natural state is one of well-being and abundance, meaning when you follow that inner GPS, it will always create more fulfillment and more abundance. It'll create the people, the circumstances, the situations that foster that. It'll allow the falling away of the ones that do not. And so it can be scary because we might have some really strong conclusions around, but I have to keep that job, or I have to keep that person in my life and make them happy. Is that actually true? Just get in the curiosity, because that alone will allow you to see things differently. Set a really high intention for yourself, you guys. Like, the sky is not the limit. There is no limit. What does your heart have to say about how fulfilled you really could be living right now? What does your heart have to say about how easy, fluid, and free you really could let your life be right now? What does your heart have to say about how much love you really could be letting into your experience? That's what the heart desires. These are very simple things. But guess what? When you tune in, when you listen, and when you choose, it allows the manifestation of all of the things that support that. So share with me now, do you deserve that? The mind's going to say, no way, of course not. I've got to be XYZ before I'll deserve that. But I want you to listen from the truth. Are you willing to let this in right now, even though the mind says, or all of society maybe says, that you don't deserve it, that you can't have it, that it's too much? Because to create radical change in the world, we must begin to step into this bold, courageous truth that goes beyond what everything out there says we should do and what everyone out there says is possible, and to begin to listen anyway. This is how we create the majesty of heaven on earth, starting one being at a time. It starts right here, right now, with you, and it spreads out to include everyone. If you're on board for that, give me a big capital YES. I am on board for that. I'm not doing it perfectly, but I am living in devotion to this mission. I'm so excited to be here with you and to share this episode of MindBody TV for 3 musts for mind, body, manifestation to activate the technology of your body. This, of course, includes the understanding that your body is a technological miracle, constantly emitting a signal and a frequency of what you hold within. You are a powerful manifester. You're a creator. You can join me at drkimd.com to purchase the MindBody Toolkit, which is my best-selling book. MindBody tools you can use anytime, anywhere to activate powerful consciousness, awakening, and healing in your body, or to begin the Instant Elevation Program, which is my foundational program of activating these tools in your body, in your system now. And that's at drkimd.com/IEP. I would love to have you join and increase the acceleration of human consciousness. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm here every week. We will broadcast live from MindBody TV on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. You can join us in the MindBody community. If you're in Facebook, our coaches are standing by to assist you and answer your questions. And you can like and subscribe in YouTube at drkimderamo.com. Share this video with someone you love, because we are all ready to awaken. And the more resources we have to assist that, the more quickly and painlessly and effortlessly this awakening happens. I'm so grateful to be here with you. Lots of love to you, and I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to MindBody TV. I would love to hear from you. Post a comment with any question, insight, aha, or just to say hello. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you stay tuned for weekly episodes. I'll see you next week.